Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CSR AdviceBox studio. It's me, Marina Stefanova, and for a second time we are here to discuss issues coming from sustainability agenda. We offer solutions that will get you equipped to the challenges of your everyday work. Globalization and raised consumer awareness are two very important drivers for the sustainability business, because now, today, consumers all over the world would like to be sure that the products and services they use are usually coming from working conditions, fair working conditions. They pay at fair price to the producer. There are labor practices and environmental protection that are guaranteed, and finally, they are guaranteed by a third party, independent party. This means that our topic now is going to be a very interesting and important topic, the issue of auditing and certification. Together, we are going to discuss the questions: what is it? How long does it take? How much does it cost? How we can implement it in our everyday job? And finally, is it worth doing it? Take a cup of tea, sit down carefully and calm, put your headphones on, and let's start. According to the most recognized World Encyclopedia of CSR, from A to Z of CSR, auditing is an objective, systematic and documented process of collecting and evaluating evidence in relation to systems, information or behavior against predetermined audit criteria. There are many classifications of the different types of audits, but we will put our emphasis only on two kinds. The first classification looks at them like product audit, process audit, and system audit. Another classification divides audits into three: one party, second party, and third party audits. The first party audit is usually performed by people who are hired by the company at a working contract to do this at their everyday job. This means that they are responsible on how the systems are implemented, followed, they are known from the other employees, and they are followed and measured. On the other hand, there is the second party audit. Usually it goes to the supply chain. People coming from your organization or from third organization are hired to cover all the process of production of your services or products in order to be supplied to you. Usually, the companies agree to have this second party audit because they want to become your official suppliers. The third party audit is the strictest one because it is performed by a special auditing company or certified auditor. Usually they come with prescribed scenarios, questionnaires, they look for evidences at place, and they find your compliance with a standard or denied. They are writing an official auditor's report with recommendations or notices for everything that they have seen and meet at your working place. And finally, if everything is in compliance with the predetermined rules, then you can get the certificate of saying that you are compliant with the special system you want to manage. The third-party audit may result into getting a certification, a license to operate, a permission, or a fine, unfortunately, when you are not answering the requirements which are minimum, for example, for the legal compliance of some product for health safety, these kind of things. As we already discussed in the previous episodes, there are numerous amount of CSR standards around the world tackling various issues of sustainability agenda. Whether you chose to have one that is certifiable is up to you, but when you once have it, you can decide to get certification on it. SA 8000, for example, is one covering human rights and working conditions, and it covers all the International Labour Organization documents together with international law and national requirements. You can do it and show to the employees and all external stakeholders that it is something you count on very much. You are transparent about the information covering this issue, and you want to earn their credibility and trust that the working conditions of your employees are excellent. Your favorite question: how should I choose the perfect auditor for my company? The primary goal of auditing is that somebody is saying loudly with a special competence, technical skills, and reflection that all the processes, the programs, the systems, the papers are in their places and they are making a coherent system working, operating smoothly. This means that the first thing that you have to be sure is that the auditor you choose is an independent person or entity from your company. The second thing is to be sure that the auditor or the auditing company has the adequate training and technical expertise to understand the specifics of your business and be able to reflect on it for like a consulting, second like recommendation, or third to evaluate the achievements you already have in place. You will understand that the auditor is a real professional because he's going to ask you for evidence proving that what you say or what is written on paper is really the living truth and dynamics in your company. He would like to visit the place where people are working in order to check by himself the working conditions in the fabrics or enterprise. Last but not least, he will come with some questionnaires or he will discuss all the things covered by the standards with the people who are involved, some of the employees, some of the management staff, some of the external stakeholders. Thus, by inspection and observation, he will be able to form independent, solid-based, proven-based decision and make and write the informative report who is going to objectively cover all the complete stages of your process and performance for the covered period. We all know that corporate social responsibility is designing and outlining the significant risks and opportunities for every company. A report coming from a sustainability audit is a very important tool that is giving information reflecting on how the present situation of your company is. The auditing process starts with the selection of the proper auditing company who is well prepared with the technical requirements and having enough knowledge in the field you are operating. Then, if you want to really help them in their work, you should keep a clean record of every performance and every process that is developing and implemented in your company. Be sure that the representatives of the board of directors or the CEO is well acquainted with the basics of sustainability and they can communicate it through the auditing process. Establish effective communication and be sure that you provide the necessary information through all communication channels: email, regular mail, scanned documents, visit on place. Focus especially on high-risk areas such like introduction of a new product or expansion or going to a different territory or market. There are key points where you can check how good and how sustainable is your system. Finally, Build an effective audit committee coming from people representatives of your company, and together with the auditors you have to realize that they are helping your business become better. They are helping improvement of your processes and enhance the importance of sustainability among the employees of the organization. The most important thing that you should know is that there are several phases. Usually, first you have to send all the documentation requested, and the desk review usually takes between 5 and 10 days. Then you should expect the auditor to come and visit everything at place, coming to all the places where you want this auditing to happen, meet them with all people, and usually it takes between 1 day and maybe 5 days. The preparation of the first draft of the auditing report usually takes between 10 days and 1 month, depending on the company you've already selected. After you receive it, then you will have some time, maybe up to 10 days, to be able to fix some of the recommendations or to change some of the things that are already presenting in the report as very important notes. The final version of the report usually takes additional 10 or 15 days. If you want to translate it again, you have to think of time for translation. The issuing of or reissuing of the certificate you are needed usually takes again up to 15 days for taking all the necessary records. Let's summarize. The first audit is usually the longest one and may take between 1 and 3 months. The later, regular ones coming after a year or after a defined period are usually faster and may take probably up to 2 months. It is up to you whether to choose companies working as the Big Fours or companies auditing like the middle level, important, famous and professional auditing companies, or to choose to be low profile. This is how you will define your price at first place. Before having the price for the auditing process, please again reminding you, remember that you have to select properly the management standard, because some of them would like to have these audits at a very shorter period of time, for example, twice per year. Of course, this means that you will have much more money to spend on auditing, not only money, but also time and human resources. The verification and auditing will claim with highest level of credibility that you are keeping knowing your CSR obligations and duties, that you have acting systems which are following the human rights, environmental protection, labor practices, fair trade practices, anti-corruption policies, that you are contributing to the sustainable development and be able to give proofs on how exactly is this happening. Some of the most important benefits that I would underline, if you want to have it in mind, are the ones of increased interest from investors. You know that investors do not trust everybody. They just need these reports, they need the confirmation and verification papers. They need to be proven that all of the declared information is validated. On the other hand, you will have increased loyalty of the clients, because they will have these small signs recognize that another company, another good and reputational brand is also claiming that you are a sustainable company. On the other hand, the regular checks of all the working conditions will raise the awareness and the respect of the employees that you really want to follow and to be strict in the fulfillment of your obligations to them. Finally, this transparency and relying on third-party opinion will be really good for the improving of your processes, and this constant improvement will definitely lead for long-term success. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with me, Marina Stefanova, in the studio of CSR AdviceBox. If you like this series, please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel and get informed for all the upcoming videos on this channel. If you urge to have them all at once, go to the CSR website and pre-buy them. Do not forget to like us and share with your peers. Thus, you will become part of our growing CSR sustainability managers and practitioners society. I'm looking forward to meeting you in 2 weeks, where we will discuss how human rights are important at the working place and what is the role of business to protect them. Till then, follow our Facebook page and get updated with the most important CSR worldwide news.